Good evening, all. Good evening, all of you, sir. Yesterday, we have discussed about the up to safety of different types of boilers. There, in that, we'll be discussing several things with different types of boiler, different types of boilers. With respect to different types of boilers, the what are the potential hazards? What are the potential hazards when the boilers are not in use? Then we will go to the safety precautions after the potential hazards associated with the when the boilers are not in use. When they are not in use, that is boilers, regardless of type, whatever type it may be, can pose that influence hazards like corrosion, potential for explosions due to the pressure buildup or flammable gas accumulations and fire risks. Because of the not in use, regardless of the type, whatever type it may be, can influence hazards like corrosion also, because standstill with water, potential for explosion due to the pressure buildup inside the tubes because of accumulation of water. Flammable gas accumulation is also there, and the fire risk also may possible. Fire risk also may be possible. Therefore, here a more detailed breakdown hazards associated with different types of boilers when not in use. That is, one is corrosion, one of the hazard. Once the corrosion is taken place, definitely the pitting and the leakage of the boilers will be happen during running. It will be explode. Pressure buildup, one of the hazard. Fire hazard is also another hazard. The chemical hazard and the explosions. Apart from this, there are specific hazards also there with respect to the steam boilers, hot water boilers, and condensing boilers, and oil-fired boilers, and gas-fired boilers. There are specific hazards for these type of boilers also. But in general, all types of boilers, corrosion is the one of the hazard. Standing water or the mold can lead to corrosion of the internal compounds, weakening the boiler and the potential cause of causing leaks or failures because of the corrosion. Pressure buildup is also there. Even when not actively heating, residual pressure can build up in the boiler, leading to the risk of operations if safety mechanisms fail or the boiler is not properly drained. Because before taking into preservation, we have to first of all drain the accumulated water after the shutdown taken place. Then after the fully drained all the tubes, then only filled up with all the feed water, and then close the pressure once the pressure reaches. At the time uh, the pressure buildup is also there because of stagnated water. Even when not actively heating, a residual pressure can build up in the boiler, leading to risk of explosions if safety mechanisms fail or the boiler is not properly drained, because it depends upon the properly drained before taken into preserving. A fire hazard is also one of the hazard. Leaks or malfunctions can lead to fires, especially if flammable materials are nearby. Because once they preserve with all precautions of the boiler, suppose in case in between besides this boiler, if anybody unknowingly or knowingly the flammable substances are keeping, it will lead to a fire hazard also. The boiler leak is there, or the flammable materials is having some fire explode, then it will be leads to the boiler also, vice versa. Chemical hazards is also one of the hazard, general hazard, in the preservation of the boiler. Boiler water treatment chemicals can become hazardous if not properly stored, or if boiler is not properly drained and cleaned, because it all depends upon the draining, how much what is called a properly drained and washed with water, and before filling up the again in feed water after the shutdown is taken place, before taking the preservation of the boiler. So explosion is one of the important hazard. Flammable gases can accumulate in the boiler or surrounding areas and ignite, leading to explosions also. There could not be given any chance to explosion by keeping visual inspection or clear inspection, by keeping the preservation of the boiler when not in use. Therefore, the one boiler attendant, one helper is always there with the boiler by seeing all the steam and pressure gauges, though is not taking the heating but functioning, but we have to taken care of the pressure gauges, temperature gauges, with what is the existing pressure you are keeping for the preservation. You have to see that it should be definitely worthwhile by keeping the supervision of this. Specific hazards with respect to individual boilers, apart from the general hazards, which I want to expose here. Steam boilers, there are some hazards there. Hot water boilers, some hazards are there, specific hazards. Condensing boilers, some hazards. Oil-fired boilers as well as gas-fired boilers. The steam-fired boilers, the pressure vessel failure is a specific hazard. Another what is low water level. High water level is also there, and the corrosion and scale is also one of the specific hazard with respect to the steam boiler. Pressure vessel failure, because the steam boilers are pressure vessels. So many failures of the pressure containing parts can lead to a catastrophic explosions, but means fatal explosions will be taken place because of the steam pressure, temperature of the water, and the condensate pressure and temperature, flue gas pressure and temperature, and blow down valves and valve blow down pressure and blow down water, feed water pressure. Everything we have to uh, uh, everything everything it will discuss. It will depend upon the pressure vessels functioning. The low water levels, if the water level it drops too low, immediately what you have to do is the boiler can overheat and potentially explode, because when it is running and the low water is there, definitely we have to increase the combustion combustion of the fuel, but it is not in use now. At that time, water level is low. We have to see that water level drops too low. The boiler can overheat. Because of the overheat, it is water becomes a low level. We are not supposed to see that water level should be a low or high. It should be maintained in steam drum as well as the mud drum. We have to 50% of the both. 50% steam, 50% water, like this. 50% feed water, 50% of the other feed water, which is going to the feed water of the boiler tubes. This is very important. Corrosion and scale is also, because all depends upon corrosion scale. Inside the tubes is depending upon the feed water only, but outside the tube, it depends upon the pressure, how best you can keep the boiler when it is preserved, when it is not in use. Corrosion and scale, the corrosion and scale buildup can reduce the boiler efficiency and increase the risk of failure also, naturally. When the efficiency is come down, definitely risk of the failures increases because of the corrosion, and the scale formation is more. Inside and downside is also will be taken care of. Inside, depending upon the only feed water composition, and outside, we have to see that what is the condition, whether winter conditions are there, whether any water spray are there. You have to see all these conditions to keep in warm conditions like this. That's why we have to be taken care of the boiler tubes corrosion and scale. Hot water boilers, because only hot water generation boilers, pressure relief valves issues, water hammer, because the pressure relief valves in the sense of only we are sending the feed water by the flue gas combustion, the fuel consumption, flue gases releases. Due to the flue gas heat, the inside the tube water will be getting heated, and there we will get in the hot water only. During that getting hot water from the feed water by taking the thermal condition of the flue gas, there may be any valve leakages or the inside the buildup of the what we call this sudden clogs is there. Therefore, the pressure relief vessel will be taken care of. We have to immediately flow down will be taken care of, and any airlocks are there, it will be cleared immediately when the pressure relief valve is not working properly. Therefore, pressure relief valve issues are more when compared to steam boilers, hot water boilers. The pressure relief valves malfunctions, the boiler can overheat or explode. If any malfunctions is there, taken into the manual with the gauge glass, you have to see that the how much what is called the level should be taken care of, how much the pressure to be taken care of. Manually, you have to operate with the experience of the boiler attendant also. Another hazard of the hot water boilers, water hammering is there. Inside the tubes, sudden changes in the water temperatures or pressure can cause a water hammer can damage the boiler also, because suddenly operators with knowingly or unknowingly or by human error increasing the boiler pressure or increasing the temperature of the fuel combustion or increase the supply of air through FD. Thereby, sudden the temperature differences is coming in the water inside the tube. Therefore, it is hammering will be taken care of in the boilers, which creates the explosion of the boiler also and damage the boiler also. These are the some specific the hazards with respect to hot water boilers. Condensing boilers also, where we are getting the only vapors will be consuming, and thereby we are getting the condensate. The condensate leaks. Carbon monoxide is one of the because it is a poisonous gas. The condensate, which is a byproduct of this combustion process, can leak and cause corrosion or other problems if not properly damaged. Because along with the hot water or along with the steam, we need to get the condensating also, because vapors to be condensed. The condensate also will be reached having temperature of the 90 degrees centigrade. You have to keep in maintaining the temperature as well as the pressure of the condensate. If the condensate having that much of temperature, that much of pressure, if leaks are there, definitely the combustion will be affected. Therefore, the imbalance in the flue gas generation, the combustion of taking the primary air, secondary air, tertiary air through FD, combustion will be different, and the flue gas generation, flue gas, what is called temperature, the water temperature, all things will be imbalances. That's why the condensate is one of the important area where we need to look carefully to be managed without having any leakages and all. Another thing, carbon monoxide is also there, because unburned carbon is there when the proper combustion is not taken care by the uh, coal, which is as a fuel of the boiler. Therefore, due to the proper combustion is not taken place. Along with the flue gases, the carbon monoxide is also carryover is taken place through the furnace and the boiler, economizer and ESP, and go to the stack also. Meanwhile, all will be taken, corrosion will be taken care, because when compared to carbon dioxide and other flue gases, the carbon monoxide is creating immediate corrosion is there. That is why it is also a poisonous gas. We have to see that oxygen to be supplied properly for the carbon monoxide. Immediately it is converted into the CO to CO2. But the CO is a presence of time is very less, but the oxygen is less for the CO. CO as it is going. That is why we are supposed to monitoring the all the pressures and the temperatures of the flue gas, and the temperature combustion levels also very important, not to creating the unburned carbon, because of unburned carbon means the carbon monoxide releases in the flue gases. That's why in the boiler, if the boiler is not properly vented, carbon monoxide can leak into home, causing serious health hazards also, because carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. Oil-fired gas, oil leakage is there. Suppose fuel tank issues will be there in this. Oil leakage can create a fire hazards, environmental problems. The fuel tank issues also there. The problems with the fuel tank or the fuel lines can lead or to a fires or explosion, because the heating element should be properly worked through the pipes, because of oil heating elements are very important to maintain the temperature of the oil. And the fuel tank is also to be taken care of the temperature. The oil leaks is giving some explosion problems and the fire hazards problems. The fuel tank issues also there. Fuel tank means service tank or overhead tank, whatever may be the thing, or the main tank. Gas-fired boilers, gas leaks, combustion of air issues. Because gas leaks can lead to explosion or carbon monoxide poisoning. Because of gas leaks, any ducting is not properly closed, or manholes is not properly closed, or furnace openings are not properly closed. Therefore, the outside air or inside flue gases going outside, or the outside air is coming due to the ID fan. FD fan, due to the FD fan, flue gas is going outside. Due to ID fan, the outside air is injecting inside. That's why the lot of differences in coming in the flue gases. Therefore, gas leaks should not be avoided when supervising the preservation of the boilers and all these things. When coming to this thing, the gas-fired boilers, gas leaks, combustion of air issues, very good. The combustion of air issues means the properly air should be supplied to the combustion of the fuel of the furnace, all fuel of the burner, either coal or oil or gas or biomass, whatever may be the combustion should be properly maintained by supplying the air through primary, secondary, tertiary airports through the FD fan. Aerator is also very important to heat the air up to the required temperature. Therefore, combustion air issues will not be supposed to be arised in any type of the boiler. If any type of the boiler combustion air issues will come, definitely in all the levels with respect to the flue gas, with respect to the feed water, with respect to the steam, with respect to the what is called the uh, uh, inside the calorific value, will all makes differences. Imbalance will be taken place. That's why proper consumption will be taken care. That's why boiler room recorders should be taken very carefully. There are two recorders are there. One is inkjet recorder. Another is what is called meter recording is there to taken care of. Somebody's ticking marks are in the furnace. I don't like it. Please kindly control this. I think who is the tick mark of this, the green lines? I'm worried about this. Why this tick mark of greens coming? I don't know. I'm sorry. Please try to what is called avoid such things, please. If any inconvenience is there, I'm sorry for my side. The preventing hazards is also important. All hazards can be prevented by taking care of regular maintenance, the proper storage, and pressure relief valve function properly, ventilation is properly, safety equipment is properly. Because by taking all these 5 steps, the above potential hazards can be can be saved, or they can be minimizes the impact, minimizes the mitigation of the consequences can be happened by taking the all the 5 steps. Because regular maintenance, proper storage, and the pressure relief valve functionality, and the ventilation, and the safety of equipment is also very important. I think who is the gentleman is putting this green mark here is, sir? Please kindly control this, sir. Please kindly. I'm requesting any gentleman who is unfortunately is doing by mistake, please don't mark like this, sir. Because the other participant is getting mistaken why it is tick mark or done by the Prabhakar, sir. Please don't tick mark like blue and green or like this, please. Please. And again, please. So therefore, after the potential hazards, we have to taken care of the what we call this the safety precautions. Draining and winterization is important. Ventilation and cleanliness. And third one is shutting down and restarting, and maintenance is important. Therefore, when compared to the different types of boilers, these are the things to be taken care of. The draining and the winterization, because drain the boiler is very important. Slowly warming is also very important. The boiler will be out of service extended period, especially during the winter, and drain the boiler and all related water lines to prevent freezing and the potential damages. Because all the tubes are empty after the draining also. It should be ensure that no water accumulation in any of the furnace tubes or the boiler tube or the economizer tubes, and taken care of. Slowly, while running, it should be slowly warming up, not sudden heating up is there, because already discussed the tube hemorrhages will be there because of difference in temperatures of water. Ventilation and the cleanliness is also important. Ensure proper ventilation, keep the area clean, a regular inspection also there, and the shutting down and restarting is important. Systematic shutdown, because sequential manner we have to follow, allow natural cooling, check for leakage also. Because after shutdown gives us some time, and after cooling up naturally, it is cooling, then try to start if the maintenance is over. Before starting also check for leakage also. The maintenance is also annual maintenance, recorded maintenance, and check mechanical assemblies. The check ventilation openings also there. In this very important word is the predictive maintenance is also very important here, is what we call the predictive. That means where, because of the preventive action is not there in the systems, because already risk-based approaches, all the boilers. That's why we have to take care of the all the risk assessment to be carried out, and the predictive maintenance also will be planned. Because the preventive maintenance we are planning, breakdown maintenance suddenly unplanned, shutdown is planned, but we have to, in between we have to predictive maintenance is there. That means what we need to is, whenever the occasion comes, opportunity comes, when the boiler pressure is getting down due to the steam requirement in other sections is not required, or the steam requirement is not required by the turbine, at the time the slow down the pressure, slow down the what is called this steam pressure as well as the boiler pressure and feeding the fuel of the furnace or boiler. At that time, we have to take the preventive maintenance where the possibility is there. And second one, last one is preservation of the boilers is very important. The preservation of the boilers, please don't tick mark, sir. I think I request all the participants, anyone who is doing this tick mark of the green, please don't do this, sir. Kindly requesting. Please kindly wipe it out if anybody done uh, unfortunately or unknowingly. Please. Thank you very much, sir. The preservation of the boilers when not in use is very important. This is the third step. The preserve the boilers during the extended downtime. That means we have to keep in zero pressure, keeping the fire in time, but we are not taking time. We are not extracting the steam or hot water. But extended downtime will be there. You can employ either a dry or wet layup method. There are two methods are there, a dry layup and the wet layup. Depending upon the expected duration of the outage, with the dry layup being preferred for longer periods and wet layup for quicker restarts is there. See very clearly, when the dry layup will be taken care of, when the long extended time is taken for the boiler, it will take days together or it is hours together. But immediately, if you want to start, go for the wet layup procedure. If a long period is there, downtime, hours is there, go to the dry layup. Dry layup procedure. What is dry layup and what is wet layup also we'll be discussing. And the purpose is this method, that is dry layup, with the longer extended downtime is there with the part of the preservation of the boiler. This methods involves draining the boiler thoroughly, cleaning and drying it, and then sealing it to prevent moisture and air entry. Because once a long time is taken care of, immediately drain all the accumulated water in the after the stopping the firing and all, slowly cooling down, slowly water will be draining out through the all the sections like furnace, boilers, economizers and all, thoroughly cleaning. And the cleaning means again normal water will be sending, cleaning inside the any accumulations are there inside surface of the tubes. After the cleaning, drying it, natural drying is also taken care of. And then if you ensure that no moisture inside or outside the tube, then you have to take care of the sealing it to prevent moisture and air entry again. This is called a dry layup purpose. Procedure is drain and clean. They remove all water from the boiler, thoroughly clean the internal surfaces, number one, and dry it, that is natural dry it. Use heat or compressed air to dry the boiler after the natural cooling, because already heat is there. That's why we are not supposed to send immediately heating. After the natural cool is completed, then use heat or compressed air to dry the boiler, paying special attention to non-drainable areas like superheaters, because the superheaters are coming to the primary superheaters, secondary superheaters, from secondary superheater to the second superheater to the primary superheaters, then boiler headers will be coming. That's why the superheaters, especially drains, is not there. You have to see that it should be not having the carrying any moisture, and it should be dry of superheater coils, because the HP steam is taken care of after the running also. Desiccant is very important point. Place a moisture absorbing materials like silica gel, quicklime, derritile inside the boiler drums, or shall absorb the any remaining moisture, because once the boiler water is getting drained by sending the air cleaning with your normal boiler water. At that time, you have to use the absorbing materials like silica gel or quicklime or territile. It will be helpful for inside the accumulation of water or moisture is there. Humidity is getting dry also before taking into the compressed air into the boiler tubes. Therefore, seal is very important. Once the ensuring of all the boiler tubes is dry, then only you have to start seal of the all the boiler tubes, and sealing will be taken care of. Not outside air, not outside water, or any moisture air will not go to the inside the tubes. Close all manholes tightly, blank all connections to prevent moisture air from entering. Inspection is also important after the taking all the above steps. Irregular inspection is desiccant and replace it needed. If anything is there, you have to see that any this accumulation is there while remove the moisture is also to be taken care of. Final water wash will be taken care of. No accumulation of the any silica gel or the unreacted silica gel or unreacted quicklime or unreacted daylight and all. Finally, we have to wash with water also. During that, inspection should be taken care of. Very important. Ideal for that means extended outages, 3 months or more. Ideally, we can spare what is the extended period also. We may ask extended downtime is also. Normally, what the author says is 3 months or more. Who is the gentleman, sir? Ramakrishna Garu advised the some of your participants and requesting Ramakrishna Garu, please advise your one of the participants not to mark like this, sir. Because any beginners are there, it will be misleaded why the Prabhakar sir is tick marking with green. Even then, people are doing them, even then they're doing the, even after saying also. Very unfortunate situation. I'm sorry. If any inconvenience I'm causing you, I'm sorry. Please don't do such things, please. Ramakrishna Garu, please convey.
Why is the put mark, sir?
This green mark, sir. Green right marks is there in my presentations. Somebody is putting in there marks means it will come as a green marks.
I am not putting, sir.
I am not saying that.
Mark
I am
should
requesting. No, sir, Ramakrishna Garu. I am requesting you to convey to your what is called colleagues, sir. I am also conveying. I am requesting you to convey your participants. Because
okay, sir.
you are senior most person. That's why I am requesting, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. This another thing is important dry layup is extended period is 3 months or more is there. Go for dry layup procedure. The 3 months or less time is there. Go for wet layup. You have to taken care of. This purpose is this method involves filling of the boiler with specifically treated water to prevent corrosion. I will mark this because under this there is some important point is there. This method involves filling the boiler with specifically treated water. Filling the water with specifically treated water to prevent corrosion means some materials like to remove the moisture, silica gel, quicklime, and derrida like this. In this wet layup also, some of the chemicals also we have to use in this we will tell in the coming slide also. Like that procedure is also there, where in this less time is there, very within normal time with taking only 1 day or what is called or 1 day or 3 days or 4 days is there. You can go for wet layup procedure because otherwise we can waste the resource of the fuel and all these things. These methods involves filling of the boiler, physically treated feed water to prevent the corrosion. A clean and inspect procedure is one of the procedure. Fill with treated water, oxygen scavenger, that means oxygen cleaning, the pressure, ideal for shorter outages where quicker return to service is desired. Immediately, when the quicker return is there, immediately within hours, within 4 to 5 hours, we can say, go for the wet layup only. More than that, go for the dry layup procedures. That means we can preserve the two methods. One is wet layup, another is dry layup. The wet layup cleaning and the inspector drain, flush, inspect, possibly chemical clean the boiler, fill with treated water, fill the boiler with demineralized water, that means DM water, containing trisodium phosphate to form protective iron phosphate layer will be explained in this. Oxygen scavenger is also add on oxygen scavenger like sodium sulfide to prevent corrosion of iron phosphate layer. Because in this, once you are sending the demineralized water through trisodium, due to this trisodium phosphate to protect to iron phosphate layer, the iron phosphate layer